good, y'all? It's your boy NTB Self-Made back at y'all with another video. Hey man, I'm always down to watch some more AntonDaniels. The dude's a scholar. Nah, for real though. Shout out to AntonDaniels, man. Make sure y'all go to his channel, show some love. If you're new, you know what to do, man. On my channel, go ahead and drop that sub, man. Drop that like. Let's see what my boy Anton talking about today.
Your main man Jim Allen here, and listen, as you guys know, I was supporting Donald Trump. I was voting for Donald Trump, but after watching the DNC convention and hearing, I heard a lot of things that I never heard. Okay, and I heard a lot of things that I just
and you better explain.
Didn't know as it relates.
You better explain what you didn't know, what you heard, and what made you switch.
It's to Kamala Harris and even the Biden-Harris administration. There's a lot of things I didn't know, a lot of things that I had never ever heard. And of course, you see all kinds of things online, right? You read all kinds of stuff online, but when you're a critical thinker, you don't know if that stuff is 100% true. Is it 50% true? Is it just not true? Is it, you know what I'm saying? So is it right? Is it half right? Is it totally not right? But watching the DNC convention, Democratic National Convention, Democratic National Conference Convention, watching that convention, and not for the entertainment. The entertainment was good, but I watched it for the substance.
Never mind.
I wanted to get something out of it. I wanted to see if
facts. And what'd you get?
Convention, if it could change my mind, if it would make me change my vote. So I was open as I was watching it. I was open. My mind was open as I was watching the convention. And it swayed my mind. It swayed my mind because once again...
Please explain how exactly.
Again, I heard things that I just did not hear, and I think that is the fault of the Biden-Harris administration, is that...
So, what I wanted to do in this video...
Talk to me, Anton.
To explore and sort through my emails so that I could possibly find a different perspective from a different demographic of people that could explain to me their mindset in a logical way. And I thank you guys for sending me content to react to, and I'm always going to put a link to the content creator down in the description because I always want to give credit where credit is due, and make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then teach Hanley 40% off your first order or 20% off a different 30 seconds set, right? This guy in particular, I watched the first 30 seconds of what he was saying, which then prompted me to make this video in order to react to it. And the reason that is because he seemed like he's logical. He seems like a person.
Facts. That's what's scary, bro. That's what's scary, man. That's what's scary because he do seem, like you said, logical and coherent and aware. You know, a smart young brother
that can better articulate exactly why he's voting for Kamala Harris. And I found it even more interesting that he switched over from supporting Donald Trump to going to Kamala Harris, right? So I'm going to listen to this, and I'm going to try to listen to most of the talking points, or obviously I'm going to listen to it in its entirety. But I'm curious as to what he's going to say, because
me too.
Even when people, I talk to people on a regular basis that is saying that they're voting for Kamala Harris, and they can't cite any policy, they can't logically convey to me.
So I want to see somebody that's actually intelligent and see what they say for the other side, because like he's saying in this video, I'm listening and I'm open. I want to see what he's saying.
Why their family is going to be positively impacted by her being a Democrat. 99% of the time it's identity politics. So let's explore what this man has to say, and then we're gonna come back and then I'm gonna break it down for you whether or not I actually align with how it is that he thinks, because I don't have to necessarily agree with you, but the reason that you vote for something, and all I ever ask people to do is substantiate their arguments, the reason that you vote for something could very well be aligned with a different way in which you operate in your life, right? So let's see what he has to say.
They didn't articulate.
Man, I love listening to Anton because you see he's not in his ego about the situation, you know what I mean? And he's saying basically he's open, his ear is open to hear what this young brother got to say.
Things that they did, okay, and things that they were doing, and things they had already done. They just didn't articulate that. So again, if you watch MSNBC, if you watch CNN, it's Democrat leaning. You watch Fox, it's Republican leaning, right? So watching those cable shows really didn't help me. It didn't do anything for me because they're so biased towards one political party.
Against each other,
But watching the Democratic National Convention and the speakers, the politicians, not so much the entertainers and the comedians. It wasn't them. It was the politicians, and even Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Their speech really opened it up for me.
Please get to your point, gang.
And really helped me change my vote.
How?
Change my vote from Trump to Kamala Harris.
And again, what we're looking for in this video is a logical explanation and concrete facts. Facts, policies,
Anton, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They're just yapping. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman.
Logical explanation, even if it's just your opinion, to substantiate the
Nothing against women, but I just hate when men act like that, though.
argument. So right now he's saying, okay, and it's the politicians. It wasn't entertainment. The entertainment was good, but it was the politicians, which I didn't know that Michelle Obama was a politician. It was the politician. It was their speeches that then swayed me towards it. So this is what we're waiting for. And we're waiting for the hammers to drop.
Come on now.
Tim Walz. So that's what did it for me. The convention changed my mind. It gave me a lot of perspective. And again, I heard some things that I just never heard. Like, for example, I didn't know that the Biden-Harris administration, they had an immigration deal with bipartisan support, Republican support, Democrat support, and then Trump started making all kinds of calls and threatening Republicans not to vote for it, and so it died. It killed the bill.
So this is why, even when it comes out of a politician's mouth, it's a white lie. And let me break this down. And hopefully this, maybe he see it, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. People gonna vote however they're gonna vote. I don't really care anymore.
Facts.
But I just want to educate y'all, for example, right? What he said from a C student's perspective, we're gonna break it very down to a C student's perspective. Man, I didn't know that they had bipartisan support, and then the Republicans and Democrats, and they killed the deal. Well, let's put that in perspective, right? They didn't come up with a border deal until they started getting into campaign season, which I'm a really educate you so that y'all better understand. 'Cause I've been covering this over the last 2 years, and I've been minding out all the detail and reading the bills and the policies, and
You wanna know why I like Anton, bro? Because he doesn't play that colored shit. You feel me? You shouldn't, anything that has to be decided with your brain shouldn't be based upon the color of your skin. You feel me? I hope you get that. I hope that didn't go over your head.
So I understand what's going on. They didn't come up with this until the end of 2023. By the time that they even started having a conversation about a bipartisan deal, we had estimated over 10 million people had already crossed the border, which exponentially was more in 2 years than we had seen in literally over a decade and a half.
That's bad.
That's number one. Number two.
That's bad. That's bad.
Two.
And yeah, they're just now trying to address these situations. No. You can't just hit the switcheroo on us like that. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
There was no bipartisan deal or support when it came to Trump's administration, which he still made sure that there weren't illegal people coming into this country, which proves to you that you don't need a bipartisan deal in order to secure our borders. And I'm gonna prove it to you again, right? But they fought with him extensively about funding and putting extra resources at the border. You're still supposed to allow for them to do their job. As a matter of fact, the Biden administration sued Texas, and I keep saying this a lot of times so that y'all can better understand what's going on with immigration and why they're avoiding it, but only using talking points to try to sway people, which obviously they are successful in doing because this man just took their word for it, but he didn't do any research, but yet he said he was a critical thinker. Here's the interesting thing about it though. They fought Trump tooth and nail on getting any monies on building extra wall, technology, border support, so on and so forth. Yet Trump just continued the same thing that Obama was doing, except he wanted to do it more because he's not against immigration. He's against illegal immigration into the country.
Facts.
During the Biden-Harris administration, which she was designated and tasked with making sure that she overseeing what was going on at the border, they let more people in over the last 2 years, in the first 2 years of their administration,
In the past
than
decade.
all of Trump, all of Obama, all of that combined. As a matter of fact, Obama was designated as the deporter in chief. That's what the nickname that they was giving him, right? On top of that, you don't need a bipartisan deal to secure the border. And why would they sue Texas in order to open up their borders when Texas said that we don't want our borders open, we're going to go ahead and take things in
That's crazy.
our own hands because they're not working with us. Also, Democrats were against the deal also. And the real cherry on top of it, right, is that the bipartisan deal was tied into other things, and they tried to term it as Homeland Security, which also included funding for additional wars in Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. And one of the reasons why it was a bad deal was because Republicans were saying that this should be a separate deal. Some of them were so desperate to just get the border closed off that they was willing to take anything. Others said, hey, listen, this is a separate issue that we need to be dealing with separately from making sure that our borders is secure. So when you say that they have bipartisan support, no, we don't want any additional wars, and we don't think that we should be participating, yet spending American dollars, tax dollars, on proxy
Facts. Y'all squeezing the hell out of us, bro. For sure.
wars with other countries through the Ukraines and so on and so forth. The caveat on top of that is that over the last 2 months since June, as of the recording of this video, it is August, that they have practically stopped the flooding of the border. It's still people getting over here illegally, and they starting to come in from Canada now. They've stopped the flooding into the border without any kind of border deal. Yet they only did that for the last 2 months. But for the last 3.5 years, we just been seeing them flooding.
You know, it's crazy. I seen an ad for Kamala, like she's, you know, really on her border patrol. You know what I'm saying? Like she's really cracking down. Like stop it. When the total reaches multi-millions, just stop it. You're not trying, bro. They gonna get over here regardless, but you know, she definitely didn't give a fuck. Explain to taxpayers that have to pay for all this. Jesus.
So when y'all have these conversations, I want y'all to do your research. Just because a politician says it and the way that they're marketing it to you does not mean that it's not a devil in the details. The devil is in the details. Listen to the context. Let me see if there's anything else that he has to say.
I didn't know that, okay? And once again, you hear things, but you don't know if it's true, if it's not true, if it's half true. So hearing them lay out, and also hearing Republicans for Kamala, guys like Adam Kissinger, Congressman Adam Kissinger here from Adam Kissinger, I think his name is Kissinger, but he's an Illinois congressman. Adam Kissinger, I believe. I think he beat Debbie Halverson. I think he
got to get his information together, bro.
Yeah, he does. And I just want to make this clear. The reason why I'm dropping these videos is it's not for the rich. It's not for the, I mean, whatever, but it's not for the rich. No, I'm not being biased, but not for the rich. It's not for if you out here trapping, sliding, and spinning the block. This is for your average American taxpaying citizen, bro.
And he said he's a critical thinker.
Because we matter.
We've had several Democrats or former Democrats, including Tulsi Gabbard. We all know how that went when she was waxing Kamala Harris.
Her spot. He's no longer in the Congress, I believe. But listening to Republicans for Kamala Harris, listening to them lay out the case of why they're voting for her, and their Republicans really swayed me and made me, convinced me. I was not, but convinced me, really persuaded me. As it relates to giving Kamala a second chance, looking at her differently, looking at her record, it really helped me in my decision making. And so I have to say, I'm no longer voting for Trump. I just can't do it.
So wait a minute, is that the only thing that he was gonna say as far as
This long
what he
ass.
was able to critically think about? Yet it wasn't even a critical thought in it.
This long ass video for nothing. You're just rambling. You sound stupid, bro. And I hate to put that on you, but it is what it is.
Come on, black man. Come on, black man. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm rolling with Harris. Harris Walls. I think his name is Adam Kissinger, that congressman. If not, we can talk that out in the comments. I'm not trying to do this video over. Listen, I don't do videos over because of mistakes and bloops and all of that.
Okay, so all right, cool. So
Yeah, he's talking about nothing. Anton, go ahead, take the floor, bro.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another black man that has decided that he wants to critically think his way into voting for Kamala Harris. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Again, I always like to link back to the content creator, so that'll be down in the description for y'all to support the content creators, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description.
Alright, so that's gonna be the end of that, y'all. If you new, go ahead, man. Sub up, hit the like button, you feel me? Roll to, I don't know what, 3K. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy NTB Self, man. I'm gone. Peace.
Man, said it, what the fuck?